Welcome to the Yorkshire Invitational with SGH Events. Special guests, one of our many special guests today, Robbie Fowler. Welcome to Ilkley Golf Club.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Well, first of all, what's it like being here at this kind of event? It's something a little bit different, isn't it?
Well, you know what? I think it's brilliant, and I've known Eddie for a long time now, and I think when you think of the transition from where this event is now to what it used to be, it's chalk and cheese. I do get things need to start, and it's like a progressive, slowly getting to where you are now. But what you see now is, this wouldn't look out of place on a tour. You know, it's brilliant what he does. The amount of people who want to come here. The course is fantastic as well. Hopefully the weather stays true to itself. But it's a brilliant event, and obviously AJ and Eddie, who obviously run SGH events. Genuinely have been first class and real good friends of mine, so I'm going to give them a little bit of a good write-up, I think.
Well, I spoke to a few celebs here today and ex-pros, and driving 4 or 5 hours to come to an event like this, it just shows you just how much it's appreciated.
Well, it is. It's great playing. You're playing in good golf courses. I've seen that. I've said that. Sorry. You're playing in an event that is tremendous, but it's also the fact that it's AJ and Eddie, because they're good people, and I like doing things for good people, and you come out of not your comfort zone's different, but you make an effort for people who you like, and you see a lot of people here. You see a lot of ex-footballers who are absolute tremendous people as well. So it speaks calibre of Eddie and AJ.
And it must be nice to get involved with ex-pros. And also with different sports as well, that come together.
Absolutely. I think obviously playing sports, and certainly over the years at various pro-ams and golf events, you do bump into people, so you tend to see the same people over and over. So you become matey with a lot of people, and obviously different sports. It's different characters and different types of people. But golf is a leveler, for a lot of people, and you come here and you have the same. You have the same mentality when it comes, you're sportsmen, whatever chosen sport that was. But you come here and play golf against all different sports, and the mentality is to try and win and try and be the very best you can. So I think being a sportsman, you're very competitive, and this is probably the next best thing we can get to playing, our relative sport. So that winning mentality does kick in.
Is it nice just kind of swapping stories with different people and about different sports as well?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, it's not as though we come here and we talk football, we talk rugby, we talk cricket or tennis or whatever. We come here and we just talk because we're normal people. And I think, you said at the start, the celebrities, and for the life of me, I don't consider myself a celebrity. I'm very, very normal when it comes to, me as a person. I'll speak and I will, listen to everyone. I'll try and talk to everyone. And I don't think it's the fact that you played football or you played sport. You come here and you talk and you have conversations about everything. And it's not just, I played football or I played cricket or I played rugby. It's nice people, and that's what I think we all like as well. The fact that AJ and Eddie invite good people makes it a good event as well.
So how's your golf game, Robbie?
I'm okay. I've come down a little bit actually. So I've played a little bit more probably the last 6 months. I do really enjoy the game, and it's funny actually, because if I could do all my career again, I genuinely think I'd come back as a golfer.
Really?
Honestly, I've done the football. I'd probably, football is obviously my number one sport. Of course it is, but I think I've clocked that. I've clocked that, so I would come back as a golfer, and I'm playing all right at the minute, but it has an horrendous habit of sorting it out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I've come here in good form, but you know what? We as amateurs don't really know how we're going to play. We all speak a good game, and we're all ready, but you have one bad shot and it can.
It'll be the wind. It's
someone else's fault. Always, always.
Quick look back on your career. Obviously you're over this way as well, and your career brought you to Leeds eventually. But we've been asking people what the kind of highlights of their career were, and is there one point that maybe it's not quite as obvious that kind of stands out for you?
Look, it's obvious for me, but it might not be obvious to a lot of people. And I think I have spoken about this in the past. I think when you talk about football, it's always how many goals you've scored or how many trophies you've won. And as a footballer, of course, you want to be remembered for winning trophies, or A, scoring goals, or A, trophies, or B, scoring goals. But I'm quite proud of the fact that I got a chance to re-sign for Liverpool. And look, I don't think any club where I played would sort of begrudge me saying that, because as much as I loved Liverpool, I left Liverpool and came to Leeds, and Leeds was a fantastic club. But for me, it wasn't Liverpool, and I don't mean that in like a derogatory term, because I'll be honest with you, Leeds was probably my second favourite club. And I really enjoyed my time everywhere I've been to, because I'm one of them. Wherever I am, I'm all-hearted, and I throw everything into it. But getting the chance to go back to Liverpool was probably my favourite moment of my career. And look, people might not like that, but the fact is, I played for Liverpool. Left Liverpool, went to Leeds, went to Manchester City, went to other clubs. But getting the chance to play for Liverpool again was special.
Did you feel there was unfinished business there?
No, I never. To be fair, I'm not one of them who thinks, I want to settle a score. I wanted to go back to Liverpool because it was my hometown, and a Liverpool lad, went through all the academy teams. And I must stress, it's not to do with Leeds or Man City, because I genuinely had a lot of good moments at them clubs. But it's when you play for Liverpool, I don't think you realise how special the club is. And obviously getting a chance to re-sign for them, I sort of knew how special it was. I mean, I probably didn't appreciate them the first time round, if I'm being honest, because I never knew anywhere else. But going back was brilliant. And look, it wasn't a case of, I'm going to show everyone it was unfinished business, because it was far from that. I think I'd done reasonably well my first time, and regardless of what people think anyway, I'd done reasonably well my second time as well. I think the goals per game was slightly better. Okay, I didn't play as many games, but I don't think I let anyone down.
I think it's understatement of the century. You did pretty well the first time.
Well, yeah, I'm a quiet lad, to be fair. Regardless of what people think of me.
I call you God. That's.
They call me lots of things. I'll be honest with you. I get called lots of things. When you think of nicknames in football, God is not
there,
bad. But I will stress it is a nickname, and I know you get people who very religious and say, "Oh, you shouldn't be called that." Listen, I don't call myself that. That as long as people know that, and it's a nickname. But I've been called worse as well.
Just that corner of my eye also is Gary McAllister, and it's just kind of reminded me. I was behind that goal in Dortmund when you scored at that end. The ball came directly towards me. And again, I'm a Liverpool fan, so this is perfect for me. But that was some season. I don't want to think of it being as 25 years ago. Apparently it is. The calendar doesn't lie. But those moments, I know you talked about when you've gone back, but the moments when you score goals in finals, and you did.
Yeah, look, again, I did mention before about, obviously you don't want to be remembered for winning. You want to be remembered for winning trophies and scoring goals, and when you're scoring in finals and you're winning trophies, of course it's brilliant. But yeah, I don't think nothing comes close to me than getting back there. But again, that's not taken away from what we achieved. I mean, when you go back, obviously Gary Mack there in 2001, I think what we achieved as a team that year, I think, was phenomenal. Okay, we never won the Premier League, but Liverpool hadn't been maybe the stalwarts of the Premier League era, if you like, and I think that was maybe the season that kick-started Liverpool into the club we see now.
It was a season where everybody seemed to have their moment, didn't they?
Yeah, I think everyone did. You look at, obviously, early 90s where they won the FA Cup, obviously the League Cup in 95, FA Cup finalists 96. So it was like sporadic one in terms of trophies, but when you go back, obviously, when you go further up in 2001, you're winning all the trophies. I think it gave the club the belief again that we can challenge for obviously for major honours. We can challenge for various trophies, and I think that was the one that maybe kick-started Liverpool into everyone believing that we can be a force again here.
And very important goal at Charlton, of course, to get them back in the Champions League.
Well, that was, I mean, when you talk about pivotal moments in football, and I mean, I always mention that as my favourite goal. And the reason why is because I don't think it was a brilliant goal in terms of technical skill. I mean, it was an overhead kick, but it wasn't Pele-esque. It was a great goal in terms of what it meant for the club and what it meant for the fans. And, I mentioned we hadn't been in the Champions League for a long time. Obviously we'd won cups, but we won the League Cup early in the year, FA Cup and UEFA Cup. But the club the size of Liverpool should be going into the Champions League, and that debated us for a long time, and we needed to win the last game of the season. And ironically, we were challenging with Leeds at the time. I think Leeds had a game against, might have been Ipswich, I think, might have been, I'm not 100% sure. So they had a relatively relatively easy home game where you're going to get 3 points, and we needed to win at Charlton to qualify for the Champions League, and it was that goal that sort of kick-started us into, sort of, I mean, yeah.
And look where they are now.
Yeah, my goal against Charlton was the one that got us there where we should be.
I'll take that. Lovely talking to you. Thanks.
Pleasure, mate. Top man.
Went a bit deeper there, but you're God. Nice.